I have the incoming Minister of Agriculture, Enyunam is here with me, and I also have Felix in here with me. I have Margaret also here with me, and Candice Kedisi. We've got all the things that I'm talking about here in the studio this morning. We're going to be looking at them. But let me welcome them. How are you all doing? And happy Farmers Day to all of you.
Thank you very much. We're all doing well. Happy Farmers Day to you as well.
Yeah, appointed farmer. But Enyunam has been doing amazing stuff. She's got a TV show that actually profiles farmers, you know, go straight to where they are, talk to them, and not just end there. She's put seminars together. You've done incredibly well for yourself over the period. I know, obviously, there's some passion that will make you want to do this, but sustainability has always been the key. You did the first one, the second one, you didn't give up, and you continue to do. Why? Are you the only one who's angry?
Thank you very much, KMJ. Today is a very special day. It's a very, very emotional day because I'm a farmer's daughter. My father, I was told, was once a rice farmer. Okay. I grew up to see nothing, no evidence of what he's done over the period or over the years. So I told myself, I cannot also grow up, and if my child comes to ask me, Mommy, what do we go through to produce okra? Or what do we go through to produce turmeric? And then I will be counting my fingers, or I'll be reading textbooks. That's not it. So we had to put together the Ghanaian Farmer TV show, and it's a guide. So if you're home and you're passionate about farming, and let's say you want to grow yam, or you want to grow the curry leaves we have there. So yesterday, someone was like, is that a neem tree? I said, it's not neem tree.
I've not seen it
Yes,
before.
So it looks like neem tree, but that is curry. That is what all the caterers...
What did they use it for?
Cooking, your gravy stew. Oh. Yes, you need curry in your gravy stew. Wow. So it dries up, it is grinded, packaged, and brought back to Ghana.
Oh, that's what they call the curry powder, yeah?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So the Ghanaian Farmer platform is just an educational piece, it's a guide produced for generations today, generations to come, to be able to refer to it on YouTube. And back home, you can just pick a pot, have black soil, and you can grow your turmeric, you can grow your ginger, you can grow your pineapple. And it's been 2 years and plus, and we're pretty excited.
Great stuff.
The feedback has been amazing and impactful.
And I know a lot of farmers will be, you know, grateful to you for putting that together as well, because almost every farmer that you know, loves to show what they have, you know, in their farms have been on that show. And for me, I think that's incredible work that you've put together. Amazing stuff. Now, Felix, what do you also grow?
I'm a commercial snail farmer.
Oh. Which one is the commercial, which is the private?
So earlier, people were doing at their backyards in boxes, but now we've turned it into a commercial farm, like a larger quantity production, sort of.
Okay, and how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it for 7 years now.
7 years? You've been friends with snails?
Yes.
My goodness. How's the friendship been like? They like you?
Well,
you like them?
Yes. I think mutual beneficial friendship is when each person or each entity involved gets something. You know? So they are getting feed, and I'm getting a little.
Fantastic, fantastic. You are killing them slowly. That's the other thing. But I mean, how does it feel, you know, to be doing what you're doing? I'm sure a lot of other people are also doing it, but maybe they don't attach the kind of passion you attach to it. Beyond the commercial aspect, the money you're making and all that, what is pressing you to make sure that every single day you wake up with that smile and say, I am going to that farm?
Okay, I think it's also a sense of security for me. You see, I see a lot of young people not having that sort of something to do, and I see that it is pressing as a nation for us to go that direction, get people into entrepreneurship and maybe into agric in particular, so that they can grow something at their backyard to augment the food that we are importing, so that it reduces our all that, you know, it comes into economics, and then we will now be okay as a country. So I think when I look at the number of people I employ, and then, you know, Ghana, the boss thing, everywhere you go, boss, you know, that gives you a sense of belonging and feeling that, oh, in the near future, my daughter can even go there and look for a job, you know, if I'm not even available. That's what drives me on every day.
We'll look at the challenges that comes with that, but let me move to Margaret. Margaret, what are you also growing?
I'm into vegetable farming.
Vegetable farming?
Yeah.
To the idea?
I'm growing cabbage, garden eggs, and carrots.
Okay. Which of them do you love most to do? Because
The
maybe it's the
cabbage,
easiest.
The cabbage.
The cabbage, yeah?
Yes.
Why? What makes it so easy to?
The cabbage are very easy. For that one, you don't have to bring it to the market yourself. The market women will come to the farm and buy it there. So that one is more easier than the garden eggs and the pepper. For the garden eggs, you have to send it to the market to sell it yourself. But for the cabbage, they will come there and buy it.
And how long have you been farming?
4 years.
4 years?
Yes.
Are you going to stop at a certain point?
Not really, no.
This is what you want to do for life?
Yes, and I'm a midwife as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're combining the two?
Yes.
That must be stressful.
Very.
How do you cope?
It's a teamwork. I'm not working alone, so
Okay.
I have a team I'm working with, so we are all coping. We are collaborating and doing stuff ourselves.
And where's the farm?
It's in the Ashanti region.
Ashanti region. That's where you're based?
Yes, but now I'm schooling in Accra.
Okay, so you go back and forth like that?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. What makes it so exciting for you? You could just stop and then do your midwifery thing. I mean,
yes. So I started the farming when I was posted back in 2017 in the village. That's the Ashriwem community, and there the home delivery rate was high. So I decided to do something to increase the attendance at the facility. So I started giving them some incentives. And in small community, when you do something for them, they appreciate it a lot. So they also decided to pay me back by introducing me into farming. And I also saw it as a form of creating employment in the community. So I started working with the community members.
And you employ how many people now?
So I have 4 permanent farmers, and during the harvesting, we employ more than 20 women.
Okay, that's the season, so you need a lot more to be able to harvest them and all that.
Yes, please.
Wow, awesome. What was the difficult moment trying to start up this? I mean, they appreciated you, gave you maybe a land, but apart from that?
The difficult moment is the farming aspects. You know, they have their old method of farming, but when you're also bringing in something, they feel very difficult to accept it because of what they've been taught earlier. So that's the only challenge I've been having.
Is it persisting, or you've been able to let them understand that
I've been
there's a
able
new
to
way?
let them. I've been attending workshops with them, so they are now getting the whole idea.
Oh, great stuff. Felix, what was your challenge as well? Or what's still the challenge you're going through?
So we are looking at technology transfer. So when you go to places like Greece, they are now doing automation. They are doing thermal imaging where you can count the snails without you even entering the greenhouses. But when you want to import those technologies, they are too expensive, or either we don't have the facilities and technical know-how to basically do that here in Ghana. So I think that's one of the most difficult part. Even changing from the normal greenhouses that we had into, we have a miniature of the greenhouse.
Okay, bring it. So Felix has got something he wants to show us how they put them in there. Okay,
so this is a miniature of the snails. So earlier people were doing white greenhouses for vegetables. Then we adapted the black net for the setup. So this is a miniature version. And we have a demo farm that will show people how.
Okay, so you've got all these things in there. That's what they eat?
Yes, it's a natural setup. It has all the vegetation, the cabbages. I'm sure they will love her cabbages. So we have the cabbages, we have everything in the cocoyam leaves, etc.
Okay, they chew all of that.
Yeah, and it has a water storage tank.
That's where the water storage is.
Yes, it waters by itself. So that's how we raise them in commercial quantities. Yeah.
Okay, so where do you have your farm, your snail farm?
We are Dansoman Keep Fit. We're actually doing urban farming.
Yeah, that's very urban. I mean, that's just
yeah. Dansoman is just here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see. I mean, within a period where you have to be selling, how much are you looking at making at every point in time that you have to sell?
Okay, last year we did 1.2 million CDs.
Wait. 1.2
million CDs in audited
you can borrow Ghana money.
In audited financing. So that one is...
You can give us low.
Yes.
You know, that's really good.
Yes.
How many people are you employing as at this moment?
Currently at Dasoma, we have 21 people.
Whoa.
And almost all of them are housed in the house, because one of the difficult parts is getting a job and getting accommodation especially in Accra. You know, and in Dasoma, there's none that you can get off. So we house them there, 21 people. And we also have a pepper farm in Kwewu, 25 acre that we do for export as well. And that employs about 33 people there. About it's also seasonal, though not a lot of them are permanent. Yeah.
You're a big man. Have you had any government support in any way? Have you applied for any of that?
Well, the fun part is, you know, like we love externals, or we love visitors. We are good with visitors. Visitors also love us. For the government, specifically, no. But for other donor agencies like British Council, GIZ, all the likes, we've won in excess of up to about $250,000 in funding.
Oh, great.
Yes. And these are competitions, grants, and sometimes they open that if you have an
innovative
project, bring it, and then we apply. And when I'm there, you are second.
Ah. No, I don't want to be second. But has it always been your plan to be a farmer growing up?
Not really. Actually, I was a civil engineer by education.
Okay. And by accident,
after school, you know, you go and they tell you, well, if you had a master's, or you had this, you had that.
Yeah.
So if you are looking at climbing, that is a rat race almost. You will be going round and round. So I decided, why don't we start? And the good part is my grandpa was a farmer.
Okay.
And then whenever I went there, he would be having snails even off season. I asked him, how do you get snails? He said he does load shedding with the snails. He gives them food. They give him some of their snails to put in the soup. So we started with snails, and we're targeting the youth for employment. And most of the youth, we all know, stay with their loved ones, either their family members, or renting. So you cannot do something that smells or make noise.
Yeah.
So that's why we chose snails. They don't smell, they don't make noise.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. I'm proud of you, man. Like, this is really, really good. You were a big man. But you know, I mean, listening to the story, you've met almost every farmer that matters in this country. Like, you've gone everywhere. When you meet them and you talk to them, the story of Felix and Margaret, how are they embracing the same stories they're giving to us? You think that the people have been encouraged to be a part of this?
So, honestly, when you look at statistics, youth employment or youth involvement in agriculture is between 20 to 30%. And we have a lot more than the percentage we have participating in active agriculture.
Whoa.
We have just about 5% in processing and 12% in technology, those who are creating or coming up with tech to help farmers. And so today being Farmers Day, and the theme we're looking at youth employment in agriculture, if we're looking at reducing or ending poverty and creating wealth, it means that more needs to be done to encourage or attract the youth to be involved in agriculture. These are just two out of the few I have met who have continuously told themselves this is worth doing. For instance, all this you see here is from a young farmer called Dr. Felix Kamasa. And his farm is called the Maflish Trust Ghana Limited. They grow all kinds, over 30 plus vegetables. Some sold in the Palace Mall, the Melcom, and other companies, and a large number of them exported abroad. He was a banker, and he resigned for 9 years and counting. Wow. He's been doing this. So it means that, but he's gone through a lot. The journey has not been smooth for Dr. Kamasa. When he sits with you and he tells you his story, it's not been smooth without any government help. He has to invest all by himself.
Can you imagine?
His wife, a teacher, also resigned to join him, and they've joined forces together. They persisted, and today they are here. Today, I mean, yesterday, for instance, I was in his farm with some Indians who are here to also invest. There were Kenyans who came. There were people from the UK. So it means that it is just a handful like Felix and Margaret who have said to themselves, this agriculture is worth my time, my resources, so I am going to persist. How about the rest who cannot do it? Agriculture is still considered outmoded. Is it still considered old-fashioned? So how can government, it's not about talking. We had a program, Youth in Agriculture program here in Ghana. Now, when you go to that department or that office to find out about their collaborations, their partnership with youngsters like these to actually make agric more, attractive. There's barely anything to talk about. And when you look at the challenges that young people are having, it has to do with access to land. It has to do with access to funding. It has to do with infrastructure like the road, the machines that will process. Kerry, for instance, this Kerry, yesterday, Kasan was exporting it directly to the UK.
Whoa.
Me and we are here. Our wives and mothers will go and buy the powdered form and come and cook. Why don't we have a machine here in Ghana? We dry this, we process it, and we sell it here. Or we process and now export to them. Why do we have to export it for them to process?
Bring it back.
Bring it back for us to buy. Why? We've gone past that level. Agric in Ghana is we have to go past the talking. Enough of policy. Can we see some actions being done? And there are a lot of active youth who watch the Ghanaian farmer on YouTube. It's a whole family, over 4 million reach, and they'll always call you, "Hey, I want to do farming." Yeah. But the challenges, the realistic challenges, anytime they call me, I tell them, listen, it's not a walkway.
It's not easy like you said.
Nah, it's good. The money is good.
Yeah.
But then, if you want to do this, then please be ready for it. Yeah. You need a lot of money, supervision. As I'm speaking to you, even access to labor, it's a challenge. Access to labor. There are people who come down, they want to do farming, and they're asking, Enyo, how do we get people to work on our farm? But me and you, we are here. We know there is an unemployment graduate association. Why do we still have it? It's because these chunk number of people who have this association still have that perception that agriculture doesn't pay. It is a dirty job. It is not. But it all boils down to improving the image. And that's why there was an international conference recently. There's a young girl who says that, listen, henceforth, when you're putting magazines with farmers, put a farmer who is well dressed. Yeah. And don't put a farmer with tattered clothes and all that. The image is equally another thing. We need to brand the sector. Yes, we wear our warranty boot. We have our cutlass. We have our tractors. But beyond that, can we be proud to say we are farmers? Look at how much Felix is making annually. And Maggie is equally making her good money. She's eating. So why won't you find a pattern in this? It means that government needs to have more of engagement with people like this who have done it and have the strategy to share. When you sit in your office with your big books and pens, what are you writing? They are on the field. Today is National Farmers Day. Awards are being given out. These two people are doing their own share of the bargain. But are there categories like, say, emerging farmers, new discovery or new discover farmer? Now, I was asking him this morning, you have been creating greenhouses and establishing things for people.
A number of people is employed.
Thank you very much. So how come we don't have emerging farmer, emerging innovative farmer category to recognize him? So KMJ, there's a lot to be done. Our leaders or our big men, they should get closer. They should dialogue more with those who are on the field so that a lot more can be done.
Thank you. I mean, for me, I even feel like it's a shame that government support has not even been the situation in your case. I mean, all the people that have given you support are foreign donors.
Exactly.
And for me, it's an absolute shame for us to have a minister who represents farmers here in the country, and people like him who still struggle to have funding for what they're doing for Mother Ghana. And you see, the point is, it's not as if this man is an illiterate or he's sitting somewhere and does not know that there's an open grant from government anywhere that people can access. He couldn't read or he couldn't even follow up or anything like that. This is somebody who's getting support from foreigners. It means he reads. It means he's able to pitch. It means he's able to actually provide proof that he's doing A, B, C, D, that makes it legit for him to get whatever monies that are being given to people. So if he's getting that from foreigners and there's a minister in this country and people like him are not getting support to do what they're doing, and every single day they go and then they talk to the newspapers and then they put on the headline, Minister of Agriculture is doing so and so, he's provided so and so. They're all lies. And that's the problem we have in this country. And you see, the earlier we stop letting these people feel like they owe us a certain whatever it is, the better for all of us. Let's just tell them the truth, and that's what it is. And it's sad, you know, to have all of these conversations and still get to a point where you feel like there's been nothing done about, you know, government when it comes to support for people like him. It's unfortunate, but can we get to have images of these? Good. So help us. Let's understand. Let's run through them and see. Some of them are very different. So you can just get up and give us names of the things we have here.
So KMJ, I'm sure when I ask you these two, what's the difference? Do you know the difference between these two?
I'm very familiar with this.
This one.
This one is new to me.
This is ginger.
And this one is what, jinka.
This is turmeric.
This is the turmeric.
Yes. This is turmeric.
I have the liquid that I use, but I don't know how.
And this is also exported. They will go and process and bring to you to chop.
Oh.
So this is ginger.
No, this is new. That's turmeric.
Yes. Turmeric is cultivated right here in Ghana.
Wow.
And it's exported for the Abroche people. And I'm sure you know this as well. This is okra. But this okra is the one that the foreigners eat. It goes to the export market. This is how they like it. This is the type they like.
Okay.
Okay, and this is our lettuce, our very own lettuce. Okay, and this is our chili pepper.
It looks cute.
Oh, yes.
Very slim.
Yes, that's how they like it. So when you want to go into farming, you want to export, you have to actually, that's one problem that the young people who are complaining about marketing, the terrain has changed. So if you want to do export, you need to find out what kind of produce do you like. The type you like over there.
That's in the consumers.
Exactly.
What they like.
There's a guy who came from France and he says that, listen, in France, we eat with our eyes before we taste. It means that the produce needs to look very clean, very, very well harvested before we even want to buy. If we see any form of hole anywhere, they don't want to buy it. So it means that there's a lot more to do if you want to go into.
In terms of even making sure whatever you're sending over there is appreciated.
Exactly. You know, Kenyans don't have yam.
Okay.
Kenya.
They don't have yam.
Yeah, so there was a Kenyan in Ghana recently.
Looking for yam.
Exactly. We want our Ghanaian yam. So this is yam and this is our very own plantain. Exactly.
Tomatoes over there.
Exactly. And then we have
potato. Potato.
Yes, we have
Which
potato.
one is the one in the green over there?
That is pepper.
Pepper, okay.
It's also the bigger version of chili pepper.
Oh, this is nice.
Yes, and this is also exported.
And the one over here is
and then we have our
curry,
curry.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have the maize over here. We have our onions, the very small shallots. Yes, and then we have.
That's cute.
Yes, we have your garden eggs. We have some over there. It's called turia.
Turia.
Yes, please. And this is also belongs to the turia family. It is also an Indian vegetable, and another portion or another different type of potato as well. You know, potato, we have different types. It's not just the white one, you know. We have different. then the pineapple is also here. So
and all this is given to us by the name
Marflex Trust Ghana Limited. Marflex Trust Ghana Limited.
Yeah.
He is the big time exporter of vegetables here in Ghana. Yes. So
we appreciate you so much, sir. God bless you. We know the stress you have to go through to get all of these for us to do.
We have some snail feed. You know that the snail, apart from the regular leaves they consume, there's also an improved version or prepared feed. Okay. And kind courtesy.
That is what it's here.
Exactly.
Okay, Felix put that together.
Felix and his team has put together a feed. So if you have a snail farm and you don't want to stress yourself, maybe you don't have a garden for them, because the thing is that if you go to harvest somewhere else, for Margaret, she goes, because she's a medical person, she applies the quantity of pesticide or fertilizer and all that. But there are some of the farmers who are not considerate, so they over apply. Now when you go pluck such leaves for your snail to eat, they will die.
That's another problem.
Nice. So Felix will always say that if we want to put together the greenhouse installation for you, we plant these kuchomre, small bit of pawpaw leaves and all that.
So you don't have to be bringing anything, you know what to eat at that point and all of
that. Then if you want to mix the feed, you can get the prepared feed as well for them.
Fantastic.
Yes, and you know, the sweet part of this whole thing is that Rabbit Masters, they're bringing you some fried, grilled rabbits.
Where? Yeah.
And pachai.
That's rabbit here.
Yeah, yes.
Forget about Ghana match. That's rabbit.
Oh, yes.
I love rabbits.
Oh, yes.
So they've grilled them
Grill the rabbit.
Like,
Yes.
my goodness.
Grill the rabbit for you
Onampo.
with some fried yam.
There's yam too.
Of course, it's behind. Be careful, Brenda does it.
Why didn't they
Brenda
bring it?
is hiding
Can they
it.
clear these things and bring those ones here? What are we doing with this? Maggie, Maggie, how much are you making? Are you getting money?
Oh yes. For the cabbage, I'm making a lot out of it. So the garden eggs and the carrots, I just started, and we are harvesting the garden eggs. Yeah. So for the cabbage, I started with 1 acre.
Okay.
And for 1 acre, I get about 15,000 in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how much you make, you invest.
Yes. No.
That's how much you make out
Yes.
of it. And how much do you invest? Less?
Oh yes. You can get about 200% of your capital. Yeah.
So it works. This is not like magic. There's
works.
evidence that this works.
It
Because sometimes when you have conversations like this, they say, oh, when they come on TV and they say it's not what it is on the grounds. You don't make the monies back and all of that. But like this is clear evidence that it really works. What are some of the things that personally you have to do? Because there are others who are also doing the same thing and they are losing. So what principles do you work with in terms of what you do? I'm going to start with you as well, to make sure that whatever you're investing, you're getting it back, so others can also learn.
Okay, so you just have to make things right. When you are starting, you just have to know the pH of the soil. You know the spacing, the pesticide you are going to, let me say the agro input. You have to know all these things before you start. And you just have to be educating the farmers on how to go about it.
Constantly, you need to let them know that there's some investment in this. If we don't do it right, we're going to lose. You're all going to also lose. How do you go about your discipline? How to even spend money meticulously to make sure that you're getting it back?
So we start a bit of a reverse.
Okay.
So we did, by kind courtesy of UNDP, we did something called design thinking, where you go to the people to ask them what they want, and then you provide for them instead of thinking that they want this and you produce. So we look for the market first.
Okay.
So we have, as it stands now, we have about 6 different markets for the snail slime. Did you know that 1 liter of snail slime, that is the liquid from snail, costs 20,000 USD?
Huh?
And it's used for pharmaceuticals.
Are you serious?
Insulin-based products, and it's even better than water for pharmaceutical.
How do you draw that?
So there are machines that are actually out there that you put the snails in and you milk it like cow, they don't die. So that's the first form of revenue, but we don't do that.
So aside selling the snails, there's other parts where you're making money from.
Exactly. You can make a lot more money from that part. So we look for the market. So we're sitting on close to our 6 different markets for slime. That is the fluid that comes from the meat. And the shell is one of the best calcium supplements you can get because it doesn't have sodium or salt in there. Other seashells and all that has salt. So it's one of the best for fish and fish food and other foods like that for animals. And we're also pelleting our feed. We pellet it for grass cutter, for rabbits, for all that because it's organic. So what snails eat, you can give to all these other mammals and other farm animals, and it's excellent. And
the shells used for a pomade as well. I hear it.
Yes. And then even in the olden days, we used to burn the shells, especially for pregnant women and people who had osteo, like they had issues with bones.
Okay.
They used to burn it and grind it and add it to their food. And that was giving them calcium, especially for older people and pregnant women and other people who are having nourishment with calcium and other things like that. People are doing a lot. And I tell people value chain for agric is a long one.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to hold a cutlass to be called a farmer. Now, I know people who are doing e-commerce platforms, linking market to the farmers. People who are now preparing things, they go and buy, like she has done the cabbages and things, people go and buy, wash it, and then rebrand it.
Yeah.
Put it for more value than it is now. So we look for market, one, then the research. So there's a lot of research online that you can use, you can indulge yourself. So spend time to research first. Don't just say, my brother did this, so I'm also going into that. Get close to mentors or people who are already in the field. So Dr. Felix, my namesake, you know, I always go to him whenever I want to start anything. When I was starting my pepper, he gave me all the inputs for free.
Wow.
Most of the, he told me where to get all these processes for free. So when you do that, you have about 60% pass mark. So the errors that he did has already been, and now you put in insurance. So there's a insurance company backed by the German embassy known as Ghana Agric Insurance Pool that every farmer should have for poultry, for whatever.
And I'm wondering how many know this.
But it's there. They've given funding for people to talk about this, but it's still in the shelves almost.
The company itself is not doing well.
Yes.
Agriculture Insurance Pool, Ghana Agriculture Insurance Pool. I've interviewed them before, and I asked, how many farmers know about your existence?
I'm just hearing this.
Your product, your sub, how many farmers know? So you need the visibility. You know your target market. And they said they work with groups, not individuals. But every farmer cannot be in groups. They cannot be in cooperatives. So it means that you're leaving behind individual farmers who are also doing
well for themselves.
So that the company, Ghana Agriculture Insurance Pool themselves, they have work to do, KMJ. They have work to do because farmers, until you come to them, they are where they are. That is the nature of our Ghanaian farmers. Now, when we're talking about principles, in Ghana, we have 16 regions. And each region has what you cultivate that does well there. So first of all, if you want to be a farmer, you should ask each of the region, what do they grow? If you are able to ask and they tell you everything, now you identify what you want to grow. You need to move a step each, go to that region and find out about the land tenure systems. We have the chiefs who own the land. We have individuals who owns it. We have families who owns it. So you get to identify who owns that particular land. When you get the land, you do all your research. Take a portion and go to the lab and go and conduct a soil testing analysis. After that, get a budget done for you. If let's say you want to do turmeric, 5-acre turmeric, get somebody to do a budget for you. This is how much you need for land preparation, input, seedlings, labor, and everything. When the budget is done, go and look for markets. Do not assume that everybody eats turmeric, so I'm going for everybody. No. Who are you selling this to? Is it the local market in Ghana? Or you want people like Marflex Trust to buy from you and export? If that is the plan, then you need to approach Marflex Trust and ask them, what is the standard of the crop I'm going to grow for you? He has to take you through. If you don't do that, he won't buy. He buys from this gentleman, Felix. He buys his pepper and other. But you see, he took him through how he wanted.
The same person that
nice. So at the end of the day, he bought from him without you having headache of who is going to buy. Because one of the challenge of farmers has to do with marketing. I encountered some two gentlemen recently, who are 7 acres of sweet pepper farm, and the produce has produced so well that it's even falling off because buyers are not coming. So you have to look for your market. When you have that done, then you can zoom in and start working. And of course, there is nothing like absentee farmer, KMG. If you don't have time, don't go there. You need to be on grounds. He drives, as for him, his car every day go up and down. I'm telling you, Kumasi up and down. You need to be with the laborers. They have to see you every time. You need to have that connection with them. So they feel that, oh, our boss is part of, when you go to Kamasen's farm, when you go to Margaret farm, she's always with the workers. So they feel like we are one. Don't cross your legs. Boss, we want input. You send money. If you do that, your investment will go down the drain. And that's the story you hear, oh, agriculture doesn't pay. I tried and it didn't work. So I do consulting. Every time somebody watch me on YouTube and calls me, I tell them, listen, if you're in UK, Canada, Spain, wherever you are, you want to do agric. If you know you are not moving to come and stay in Ghana, please, don't start. Don't say my brother is in Ghana, so I want to send him money.
To be doing it for me.
No, you will be shocked as to the feedback you're going to get. So farming pays.
How you go about it.
Nice. If you're out there and you're watching, today is a beautiful day for every farmer. Farming pays. But if you don't have time, the patience, the tolerance, if you don't have the spirit to adjust, then please don't venture into it. Dr. Masa will always say that it doesn't pay the first year or the second year or the third year. He's in 9 to 11 years now, and he's now reaping. Banks are now chasing to give him money. Government is now running after him to do partnerships. So he's now calling the shots. It takes time. It's a long process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff. And talk to me. You also have farms.
Hey,
I mean, yeah. You have done a lot already. I mean, from other Ghana. Yeah.
So the Ghanaian farmer join me every Monday, 1:30 on Joy Prime Television.
Yeah.
And watch very insightful episodes on different crops so that you can learn a thing or two about farming. Of course, we are also on social media, the Ghanaian Farmer. You can inbox me if you want to go into any kind of farming, and I'll connect you to the right mentors to coach you. And we are also using this platform to reach all the farmers that we have interviewed on the Ghanaian Farm. The list is endless. I can mention
lots of them.
So I'm saying Happy Farmers Day to all of you out there, both small and commercial farmers. Happy Farmers Day to you. And we are looking forward to having a lot more of corporate institutions. Ken, you know, the funny part is that this show is very educational.
Yeah.
It's very impactful, but it's so hard to get sponsors or support. Government will not help. And so corporate body, please, agriculture is the future. And for us to keep moving our cars from region to region and engaging farmers and promoting, he can testify. After interviewing him, the number of calls he has got and businesses is endless. So that means that a lot more people need such content to watch and learn. So we are using this platform to invite every agro dealer or somebody who is into machines, that is tractors and all that, you're trading in it. Please get in touch with the Ghanaian Farmer on 0554 830431. Please call us. Let's give you a very nice package on the Ghanaian Farmer and promote your products and services. Thank you very much.
Guys, it's been good time spending some time with you here. I think that I want to say congratulations to all of you for the work you've done so far, and continue to do that to support Mother Ghana. I am super, super proud of you. I'm impressed with what you've been able to do for yourselves, and we hope that something better comes out of it. You know, government tends, a good eye to it and make sure that you guys get to have all the support you need to keep yourselves going. You're still Farmers Day. We're celebrating farmers. Margaret, Felix, and of course, Eyuna, the incoming Minister of Agriculture, came through this morning for us to have a conversation. You should watch out for this girl, man. She never stops.